So when you think about IT support, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Probably someone rushing in to fix a computer that's just died, right? And yeah, that's part of it, but it's only a tiny piece of the puzzle. Real system management, the good stuff, is all about being proactive. It's a constant effort to make sure our digital world just works. So let's open up the playbook that makes it all happen.
Let's just tackle this head-on. Is IT support really just about fixing things after they break? You know, that frantic call for help when your screen goes blank? Well, what if the real goal was to stop that screen from ever going blank in the first place? That's the mindset we're talking about today. It's the mindset of an IT guardian.
Every great guardian needs a playbook, a set of strategies, and today we're going to peek inside. We're going to break down 3 core plays. First, the daily watch, which is all about proactive maintenance. Then, the detective work you need for troubleshooting. And finally, the all-important final check, which is all about testing to make sure everything works perfectly.
All right, first up, maintenance. This is the foundation of everything. And no, we're not just talking about dusting off keyboards. This is the strategic, behind-the-scenes work that keeps everything healthy, secure, and ready to go. It's all about stopping problems before they even get a chance to start.
Now, check this out. Maintenance isn't just one thing. It breaks down into 4 really distinct approaches. You've got reactive, which is the one we all know, right? The projector bulb in a classroom dies, you pop in a new one. Simple. But here's where it gets clever. Preventative is about doing the regular stuff, like cleaning out computer fans so they don't overheat down the line. Then you get even smarter with predictive maintenance. This is where you use data to spot trouble before it happens, like noticing a network switch is running hot and dealing with it before it fails. And finally, you've got corrective, which is about getting to the root of a nagging problem, like finally upgrading that one server that always seems to be crashing.
So what does this actually look like in the real world? Well, let's take a school. An IT apprentice there isn't just sitting around. They're doing the smart stuff, like scheduling all those annoying software updates to run overnight so they don't interrupt a single class. They're making absolutely sure the server backups worked before the new term kicks off. They're auditing the computers in each classroom to plan ahead for replacements. You see, every single one of these tasks is a small action that prevents a big headache later on.
Okay, but let's be real. Even with the best maintenance plan in the world, things can still go wrong. So what then? Well, it's not time to panic or start guessing. This is where we put on the detective hat. Effective troubleshooting is a logical, step-by-step investigation to solve an IT mystery.
And here's the key thing to remember. Every problem has a structure. So instead of just randomly clicking things when a computer can't get online, a professional follows a clear process. They use a framework to investigate, layer by layer, which saves a ton of time and makes sure they find the real culprit.
And one of the most common frameworks is called the OSI model. Now, I know it looks a little complicated, but think of it like this. It's just a logical map that breaks a network connection down into 7 layers. A good technician will often start at the very bottom with the physical layer. Is the cable actually plugged in? Is the device turned on? Obvious, right? But you'd be surprised. If that's all good, they move up a layer to the data link. Is the switch working? Then up to the network layer. Does the computer have a proper IP address? By moving up the stack like this one step at a time, they can pinpoint exactly where the problem is instead of just taking a wild guess.
And for each of these layers, they've got specific tools for the job. This isn't about guesswork, it's about gathering evidence. For that physical layer, a simple cable tester can tell you instantly if a wire's gone bad. For the network layer, you've got commands like ping to see if you can even reach another computer, or ipconfig to check your address. And all the way up at the application layer, something like NSLOOKUP can check if a website name is translating to the right address. It makes the whole process super practical.
Okay, so we've kept our systems humming along, and we've even solved a tricky problem. But wait, we are not done yet. There's one final, absolutely critical stage in the playbook: testing. This is all about making 100% sure that whatever you've built, updated, or fixed actually works the way it's supposed to before you unleash it on everyone.
First up is functional testing, and this one's super straightforward. It asks a simple question: does this one specific thing do what it's supposed to? So if you've been working on a school's web portal, a functional test is literally just, can a student still log in? Yes or no. It's a focus check on a single vital feature. Next, you've got integration testing, and this one is all about teamwork. Does your new feature or system play nicely with all the old systems already in place? For example, let's say you install a shiny new server. Great, but can it actually talk to the school's existing network drives? This test makes sure that an upgrade in one place doesn't accidentally break something else.
And then there's performance testing. Think of this as the ultimate stress test. It's one thing for a website to work when one person is using it. But what happens when 500 students all try to register for their exams at the exact same time? Performance testing smashes the system with that kind of peak load to make sure it doesn't fall over right when it's needed most.
And finally, we have what might be the most important one of all, user acceptance testing, or UAT. This is where you hand your new creation over to the people who are actually going to use it every single day. In a school, that means getting teachers to play with a new virtual learning platform. Is it easy to find things? Does it make their job easier? Their feedback is pure gold.
And honestly, this quote from a teacher says it all, doesn't it? This is the payoff. When the person using the tool finds it intuitive and helpful right from the beginning, it's because their voice was heard during testing. That right there is the difference between a frustrating rollout and a huge success.
So when you put all three of these pieces together, the daily watch of maintenance, the sharp detective work of troubleshooting, and that crucial final check of testing, you start to see the bigger picture. This isn't just a to-do list. It's a non-stop cycle. It's the unseen engine that powers our digital world.
And that really brings us to the core of it all. Maintain, troubleshoot, test. It's a simple loop, but it is so powerful. It's what allows all this incredibly complex technology to feel simple, reliable, and, most of the time, completely invisible. That's the heart of the IT Guardian's playbook.
Which really just leaves us with one final thought. The next time you log on, send an email, or pull up a file without a single glitch, just take a second to think about all the work that went into making it feel that effortless. And ask yourself, who are the unseen guardians of your digital world?